Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna, and I am with HTAG, and today I have Dougal from the Trucking Activism Network and the Truckers Missing Child Project. Dougal, congratulations on winning the Top 25 Abolitionists in America Award. We can't wait to hear more about your organization and what you guys do, so let's get started. I'm curious as to how you guys got started, where you guys are located, and what you guys do. So, go for it.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you today. Basically, I got started back in 2009 when I ran across Truckers Against Trafficking. I learned about their organization, watched their training video, and from that point on, I've been handing out their materials and speaking out against human trafficking. How the Trucking Activism Network and the Truckers Missing Child Project came to be. I've been driving locally. I'm not on the road anymore. But the thing that really got me when I learned of TAT was how much was going around me that I did not know of at the truck stops, at the rest areas. And it made me wonder, well, how many girls could I have helped back then? That really, put a heartbreak on me. So the Truckers Missing Child Project began when little Elizabeth Collins and Lyric Cook went missing. I had heard about it on Nancy Grace, and I started sharing that on my own personal accounts. I also was following the Truckers Missing or the Missing Trucker Network. They deal with the missing truck drivers, help find them, and I just kind of got the concept of why isn't there like a missing network for children, the truck drivers. Mm-hmm. So I went ahead and I continued on doing it with my personal accounts, and I had a lot of my family and my friends saying, well, why don't you create something? So I got the push and I went ahead and did it. And I started this back in September 2012. It's really grown really fast. I have a lot of things I want to do, but I just got to kind of spread it out. I found out, I can't do everything all at once. Mm-hmm. Since then, we've got a website, which was a Christmas gift from my wife. She's been very supportive about this whole thing. Let's see. We got on there. We've got a dedicated web page or page on our website specifically for human trafficking missing child cases. The only one I have on there now would be the J. Ray Wilson case, missing out of Oklahoma City and Weatherford, Oklahoma area. She's been missing since October 2012. It's believed that she's in human trafficking. It's been forced into it. Has not been found. Just found out yesterday that case has been taken on by a group that actually has private investigators working with them. So hopefully something will be found out about her soon, because they're pretty good about bringing kids home. As far as our program works, it's mainly we take the social media such as Facebook and Twitter, and we relay the information about missing kids and related news and topics to the truck drivers. Right now, I've got just over 1,000 Twitter followers. We've got just over 250 followers on Facebook. I'm hoping to bring that number up. But it doesn't consist just of truck drivers. I've got human trafficking groups and activists. We've got a couple of law enforcement people on there. Just regular citizens are joining. It's a great program. How I do the missing child alerts, I've gotten signed up from the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They send me emails like daily of a whole bunch of missing kids that they're looking for. I take that information with the link to their flyer and put it out on Twitter, and that automatically goes to my Facebook page. So far, it's been working really, really good. I've started doing the Amber Alerts. The only problem with the Amber Alerts is with them being based on, certain areas, I sometimes don't get them till like later.
Okay.
And I'm trying to work on a way to do that a little bit better. Recently, we just teamed up with the Missing Child Society of Canada. We've dedicated our Twitter feed to them in the hopes that when they have a child go missing, they can automatically put the stuff on our Twitter feed as far as their missing children go, and hopefully the truck drivers will see it, and then that way if there's a cross-border abduction or something like that, maybe the child will get found faster.
I'm interested to hear, I'm not sure a lot of people know the connection between human trafficking and the trucking industry, so I'm wondering if you'd be able to expand on that a little more just for our educational purposes.
Sure. Human trafficking in the trucking industry, most of it is of children. Mainly girls out there are actually being in human trafficking. That's one thing that shocked me. I've been out here for 13 years driving truck, and when I learned of it, I didn't know what to think. How many girls have come up to my truck, knocking on the door, asking me if I wanted company, as they call it. And I've turned them away, of course, but I didn't know they could have been underage, they could have been, a victim. And now that Truckers Against Trafficking has come out as a great educational tool. They've got all the resources, we've got little cards here that they pass out to us, and we can pass them out to everybody. It gets the word out, and now it's kind of making the traffickers a little bit scared, I think, scarce, more underground. But that's the connection to that.
Okay.
Also, you might wonder what the connection between missing children and human trafficking is. And there's about 2.8 million runaways a year. 1 in 3, it's estimated that 1 in 3 is approached by human trafficking within 48 hours of them running away. So that's the big connection between human trafficking and missing children. That's one reason I've kind of doing both at the same time,
How has the response been to your educational components among the truckers that you come in contact with?
A lot of them are kind of surprised that, I've got this group going. The biggest thing I've been working on the past few months is trying to get the name out, the word out that we're here and what we're doing. It's going to take some time. There's an estimated 3.4 million truck drivers on the roads in the United States.
Oh, wow.
So there's a big audience. Don't know how many that we'll actually get, but there's a lot of good truck drivers out there that's willing to help out.
And you guys have obviously accomplished a lot in the short time that you guys have been around. What would you say has been your biggest success or accomplishment so far?
The biggest success is getting so many people to follow us within the short amount of time. Getting the praises and stuff, which that doesn't really affect me so much. I just want to help the children out, I want to try to help the human trafficking victims out. That's the biggest success. It's just, it growing so fast. Amazingly fast. It's unbelievable.
And what would you attribute that success to?
I would attribute that success to my great followers. Once we got it going a little bit, they kept spreading word and saying, hey, you got to follow these guys. They're getting the word out. We got eyes on the road, eyes a little bit everywhere now. I've got a few followers from different countries now.
Wow, that's awesome.
That kind of shocked me.
But congratulations on that.
Thank you. A few from England and over in Europe. And since I've gotten into this, I've met a lot of people, both from human trafficking groups and missing child groups, scattered everywhere. So it's a really good, interesting thing to work with.
What do you find the most challenging in combating human trafficking, particularly within the trucking industry?
The thing I find the most challenging, um, there's some drivers out there that they've got their ways set. They don't want to listen to it. They just want to keep their eyes closed. Uh, I wouldn't say that's a big problem as far as, the amount of truck drivers out there. A lot of them are good-hearted and they want to help. But there are a very slight few that have that kind of attitude. I think that's the biggest issue that we face.
In addition to all that you're doing, is there a project or an event that you're currently working on that we at HTAG or viewers can help out with?
Well, the most current project I'm doing or working on, we are coming up with a fax and find program. Little story behind that. A couple weeks ago, we had a truck driver's daughter, teenager, run away, and someone contacted me about it and asked if I could spread the word. They were able to get a flyer made up, for me, and I started looking at the route because they believed she was going to a certain place.
Okay.
So I took the route, possible routes, looked at it compared to truck stops, and then I started calling truck stops and introduced who I was, what was going on, asked them if I could give them a flyer and could they post it. The problem I run into was I do a lot of my work from the smartphone because I'm usually in the truck or I'm not really at home or access to the real internet. I got looking at it. All but one truck stop was able to take the flyer by email. One truck stop wanted to do a fax. Luckily, one of my followers was able to fax this truck stop, and the girl was found short time later. I don't know if we had anything to do with it. It didn't sound like it, but the whole concept is what really got me thinking about it. Since then, I've been working. I've got a missing flyer template set up on my phone so I can do it mobily. I've got a fax cover sheet made up for the phone, and I'm looking to connect with one of the email to fax companies and see if maybe we can get a sponsorship to do this program. That way we can fax the truck stops to the missing child flyers. We have an idea where the kid's going or the route they may be going, and hopefully find the children a little bit faster.
And is there a specific email address or a way to contact you that viewers, if there is a missing child folder or flyer that needs to be faxed out or hung up in a physical location, is there a way to contact you that viewers can get a hold of you and say, I'm available to fax it for you, or I'm available to hang it up for you?
Yes, our email address is all lowercase, Truckers Missing Child Project at ymail.com, not yahoo.com, ymail.com. It confuses people sometimes. As far as cases go, if you got a missing child, you want to get the word out to the truck drivers and our followers, feel free to contact me. More than willing to help out. One thing I'm looking for, though, that maybe the human trafficking audience can help me out with, as I'm looking, I told you about the dedicated page to the missing child human trafficking cases. I'm looking for more cases to put on the website and get the word out. Anybody that's got a missing child that they believe has been forced into human trafficking or sold into human trafficking, I'm looking for those cases.
It's something that we can definitely help you out with, and I'm sure that viewers who know of a missing child case can pass that along to you as well. So thank you for that. Lastly, before we wrap up, what do you suggest that viewers can do to raise awareness about human trafficking, particularly in their own communities?
First and foremost, speak up. I don't know how many people keep it quiet. I go around every time I meet people and talk about it, and I'm surprised so many people don't know what I'm talking about. There's so many great groups out there working to fight against it. It's as simple as looking it up on the internet. In fact, one of the other groups that was won this award, the Salvation Army in Columbus, I wasn't aware of them until you guys announced it. And I've looked up their program, and I'm hoping that we can work together here in the near future.
Awesome. Perfect. And is there any way that the community can connect with the trucking community in order to raise awareness among truckers?
Um, I would suggest that they go to truckersagainsttrafficking.com and watch their training video. It's a really good training video. If they want to start passing out their little cards, all you have to do is email them. They're more than willing to send them to you. As far as that goes, just follow online. There's our missing group. There's the Truckers Against Trafficking. As I mentioned before, there's a missing trucker project going on, and that's been pretty successful. That group.
Perfect. Well,
Well, thank you for the word, and we're ecstatic.
we are excited about the work that you're doing. You're doing amazing work, very grassroots, which we love. For more information about the Trucking Activism Group, please visit their website, as Dougal has mentioned, or you can visit them on Facebook. You can also visit htag.org to get more information about the Trucking Activism Group. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon to hear more about the Trucking Activism Group and learn about what Dougal is doing. I am Anna, and I'm an abolitionist.